Chapter 1. Betrayed at the End. Title: The Last Day of Humanity. The sky turned crimson. At exactly 6 p.m., thousands of fiery meteors streaked across the horizon. At first, people celebrated, believing it was a rare celestial event. Within minutes, the celebration became panic. Buildings shook. Power grids failed. Then the monsters came. Gigantic mutated beasts crawled from the impact craters, while infected humans transformed into bloodthirsty creatures. Cities collapsed overnight. Among the survivors was Ethan Carter, a quiet warehouse manager who had spent the last year warning everyone that the apocalypse was coming. Nobody believed him. His girlfriend Sophia laughed at him. "You're obsessed with conspiracy theories. I can't stay with someone like you." His best friend Ryan secretly stole Ethan's life savings and convinced everyone Ethan had lost his mind. With no money, no home, and no one willing to trust him, Ethan entered the apocalypse with nothing. Months later, the world had become a wasteland. Food was worth more than gold. One bottle of clean water could buy a human life. After risking everything to gather supplies, Ethan returned to the abandoned warehouse where Sophia and Ryan were hiding. Instead of thanking him, Ryan pointed a gun at Ethan. "Hand over your backpack." Sophia looked away without saying a word. Ethan couldn't believe it. "I saved both of you." Ryan smiled coldly. "Exactly. That's why we know you'll find more." They stole every piece of food, every weapon, and every bottle of water Ethan had collected. Then they shoved him outside and locked the steel door. The growls came first. Hundreds of monsters rushed through the dark streets. Ethan pounded on the warehouse door. "Please, open it." Sophia stood behind the small window. A tear rolled down her cheek. But she didn't move. Ryan laughed. "Thanks for bringing us supplies." The monsters reached Ethan. Pain filled every part of his body as darkness swallowed him. Just before his final breath, a cold, mechanical voice echoed in his mind. "Life signs lost. Rebirth protocol activated. The hoarding system has chosen a new host." A brilliant blue light surrounded him. His eyes flew open. He was lying in his apartment. The calendar on the wall showed a date he would never forget. 30 days before the apocalypse. A glowing holographic screen appeared before him. "Welcome, host. Hoarding system activated. Mission 1. Stockpile 100 days of survival supplies before the apocalypse begins. Reward: unlimited dimensional storage." Ethan slowly smiled. This time, he would save no one who betrayed him. And this time, he would be the one everyone begged for mercy. End of Chapter 1.
Chapter 2. The System Chooses Him. Title: 30 Days to Change Fate. Ethan stared at the glowing blue screen floating in front of him. It wasn't a dream. His apartment was exactly as it had been 1 month before the apocalypse. Outside, people laughed, traffic filled the streets, and life continued as if nothing terrible was coming. But Ethan knew the truth. In exactly 30 days, billions would die. A mechanical voice echoed again. "Welcome, host Ethan Carter. Hoarding system successfully activated." A futuristic panel appeared. Mission 1. Store 100 days of food. Store 100 days of clean water. Store medicine. Secure a safe shelter. Reward: unlimited dimensional storage. 9,000 system points. Failure: death. Ethan clenched his fists. "This time, I won't die." The system opened a glowing blue portal. A small apple floated into the air before disappearing inside. Storage capacity: unlimited. Ethan's eyes widened. "Anything I touch, I can store?" "Correct." He grabbed a bottle of water. It vanished instantly. Then canned food, rice, medicine. Everything disappeared into the dimensional warehouse. A smile slowly spread across Ethan's face. This changes everything. Without wasting another second, Ethan emptied his bank account. He sold his expensive watch, his motorcycle, every valuable possession. The cashier looked confused. "Sir, are you sure you want to buy all of this?" Ethan nodded. "I'll take everything." Truck after truck delivered supplies to an abandoned warehouse. The moment no one was looking, every box disappeared into his dimensional storage. Food, water, blankets, solar batteries, fuel, medicine, camping equipment, generators, seeds, tools, everything. Late that night, Ethan checked the system again. Food, 12%. Water, 18%. Medicine 7%, shelter not secured. Overall progress 11%. The countdown flashed in bright red. 29 days, 18 hours remaining. Ethan looked out the window. People were still smiling. Children played in the park. Couples walked hand in hand. None of them knew their world was about to end. Ethan whispered, "Enjoy your last peaceful days." Then he turned back to the system. "This time I'll be ready." End of Chapter 2. Chapter 3 and the Race Against Time. Title: The Secret Bunker. The countdown continued. 27 days until the apocalypse. Ethan had already filled his dimensional storage with mountains of supplies. But he knew one thing was still missing: a fortress. Without a secure shelter, everything he had collected could still be lost. The hoarding system suddenly flashed. Emergency mission unlocked. Find a level 5 safe shelter. Reward: automatic defense system. AI security assistant. Hidden escape tunnel. Ethan searched every abandoned warehouse, underground subway, and military bunker. Most were either too small or already occupied. Then he discovered an abandoned Cold War underground bunker hidden beneath an old mountain outside the city. Dust covered the giant steel door. The place had been forgotten for decades. Ethan smiled. This is perfect. Using his system points, Ethan purchased industrial equipment. Within days, the bunker was transformed. Reinforced steel blast doors, solar-powered electricity, underground water purification, hydroponic farming rooms, medical laboratory, weapon storage, surveillance cameras, motion sensors, hidden escape tunnel. The bunker became almost impossible to invade. The hoarding system spoke again. Shelter successfully secured. Reward claimed. A glowing blue AI orb appeared. "Hello, host Ethan. I am Aura, your bunker management AI." Aura instantly activated every security system. Hundreds of cameras lit up across the underground base. Every entrance was now monitored. Meanwhile, Sophia and Ryan laughed as they spent Ethan's stolen money on expensive clothes, parties, and luxury vacations. Ryan smirked. That idiot probably still believes the apocalypse is coming. Neither of them noticed the strange red meteors beginning to appear in the night sky. Back inside the bunker, Ethan stood in front of the giant armored door. The system displayed one final warning. Food, 76%. Water, 82%. Medicine, 71%. Shelter, 100%. Overall progress, 82%. 27 days remaining. Ethan looked toward the crimson sunset. They're running out of time. But I'm just getting started. End of Chapter 3. Chapter 4, Day 0. Title: The Apocalypse Begins. The countdown reached 0. 00 A deafening alarm echoed across the world. Every phone, television, radio, and electronic billboard displayed the same message. Global emergency. Unknown cosmic event detected. Seek immediate shelter. People laughed. It's just another false alarm. Nobody realized these would be the last normal minutes of humanity. High above Earth, the sky turned blood red. Thousands of flaming meteors tore through the clouds like burning arrows. The ground shook violently. Explosions erupted across cities. Skyscrapers collapsed. Bridges shattered. Airports, hospitals, and power stations disappeared beneath clouds of dust and fire. The apocalypse had begun. Deep inside his underground bunker, Ethan calmly watched dozens of security screens. Aura spoke. Host Ethan, impact detected worldwide. Estimated human survival rate, 8%. Ethan closed his eyes. It's exactly the same. Nothing had changed. Then something even worse happened. People struck by strange red energy began screaming. Their bodies twisted. Bones cracked. Eyes glowed crimson. Within seconds, they transformed into terrifying monsters. The infected attacked everyone around them. Entire neighborhoods fell within minutes. Sophia and Ryan were trapped inside a luxury hotel. The power suddenly failed. Screams echoed through the hallways. Guests fled in panic. Ryan looked out the window. What? What are those things? Sophia's hands trembled. For the first time, she remembered Ethan's warning. Back inside the bunker, the massive steel doors sealed automatically. Boom! The first monsters slammed against the reinforced entrance. The bunker didn't move. Aura reported, defense system active. No structural damage detected. Ethan finally allowed himself to breathe. He had survived the first day, but this was only the beginning. The hoarding system flashed once again. Congratulations, host. You survived day 1. New mission unlocked. Leave the bunker and eliminate your first elite monster. Reward. Level 2 evolution. System weapon crate. 5,000 system points. Ethan slowly picked up his combat backpack. His sword rested beside the bunker door. He looked at his reflection. I'm not the weak man who died before. This time, the monster should be afraid of me. End of Chapter 4. Chapter 5, The First Hunt. Title, The Elite Monster. The bunker doors slowly opened. Cold air rushed inside. For the first time since the apocalypse began, Ethan stepped back into the ruined world. The streets were silent. Burned cars lined the roads. Buildings were reduced to rubble. The smell of smoke and death filled the air. Aura's voice echoed through his earpiece. Warning. Multiple infected detected within 200 meters. Ethan tightened his grip on his sword. This time, I'm ready. As he walked through the empty streets, a terrified little girl hid behind an overturned bus. 3 infected monsters slowly surrounded her. Help! Without hesitation, Ethan charged. His sword flashed through the air. 1, 2, 3. The monsters collapsed. The little girl looked at him with tears in her eyes. You saved me. Ethan nodded. Stay hidden. More are coming. Suddenly, the ground began to shake. A massive roar echoed through the city. Aura immediately issued an alert. Elite monster detected. Threat level, high. From the shadows emerged a gigantic mutated creature over 3 meters tall. Its skin was covered with black crystal armor. Its glowing red eyes locked onto Ethan. The monster charged. Boom! The road cracked beneath its feet. Ethan barely dodged the first attack. The creature smashed through a city bus as if it were made of paper. Ethan quickly realized ordinary attacks wouldn't work. He climbed onto the ruined bus and leaped onto the monster's back. With all his strength, he drove his sword into the glowing crystal on its neck. The elite monster let out a deafening roar before collapsing. A bright blue light surrounded Ethan. The hoarding system appeared. Elite monster eliminated. Mission complete. Rewards received. Level 2 evolution. Advanced combat armor. System weapon crate. 5,000 system points. Golden energy flowed through Ethan's body. His strength doubled. His speed increased. His senses became sharper than ever before. Inside a nearby abandoned mall, dozens of frightened survivors watched everything. One man whispered, "Who is he?" Another replied, "Maybe he's humanity's last hope." Ethan looked toward the dark horizon. More monster roars echoed in the distance. He smiled. This is only the beginning. End of Chapter 5. Chapter 6, The Survivor Alliance. Title, Building Humanity's Last Hope. 3 days passed. The monsters became stronger. Entire cities had fallen. The government had gone silent. Only scattered groups of survivors remained. Ethan continued clearing the streets around his bunker. Every elite monster he defeated earned him more system points. His armor evolved. His weapons became stronger. His reputation spread. People whispered about a mysterious warrior who appeared from nowhere and defeated monsters alone. They called him the Shadow Survivor. While searching an abandoned hospital, Ethan heard cries for help. A group of survivors was trapped on the rooftop. A family, an elderly doctor, a former police officer, a young engineer. Dozens of infected creatures surrounded the building. Without hesitation, Ethan jumped into battle. His sword flashed like lightning. The infected fell one after another. Within minutes, the rooftop was safe. The survivors stared at him in disbelief. The little girl Ethan had rescued days earlier ran toward him. "You came back." Ethan smiled. "I promised I would." The doctor stepped forward. "We have medical knowledge." The engineer added, "I can repair machines and build defenses." The former police officer saluted. "I'll protect everyone." For the first time, Ethan realized survival wasn't about hoarding supplies anymore. It was about rebuilding civilization. Back inside the bunker, Aura completed a full scan. New survivors registered 18. Medical specialist 1, engineer 1, security specialist 1, children 5. Overall bunker population 90. The hoarding system activated. Congratulations, host. New feature unlocked, survivor base management. New buildings available. Training center, medical clinic, greenhouse expansion, power station, drone workshop. Reward, 10,000 system points, rare technology blueprint. Construction began immediately. The bunker expanded deeper underground. New farming rooms produced fresh vegetables. Clean water flowed through advanced purification systems. Solar batteries powered every room. Children laughed for the first time since the apocalypse. Hope returned. Late that night, Aura suddenly interrupted the celebration. Red warning lights flashed across every screen. Warning: massive monster horde detected. Estimated arrival 24 hours. Enemy count more than 10,000. Silence filled the command center. Everyone looked at Ethan. He calmly stood before the giant bunker gate and drew his upgraded sword. They're coming for us. He looked at the frightened survivors. But this time, humanity will fight back. End of Chapter 6. Chapter 7. The Battle of the Last Fortress. Title: The Monster Horde Arrives. The warning sirens echoed throughout the bunker. Red emergency lights flashed across every corridor. Aura announced calmly, "Monster Horde has entered the outer defense zone. Enemy count 10 and 327. Silence filled the command center. Every survivor looked at Ethan. He stood before the giant steel gate wearing his upgraded combat armor. This is our home. We don't run anymore. We fight. Outside, the earth trembled. Thousands of monsters poured through the ruined city like a black tidal wave. Mutated beasts, elite monsters, flying creatures darkened the sky. Even the strongest survivors felt fear. Ethan activated the bunker's defenses. Automatic machine gun turrets rose from hidden bunkers. Missile launchers locked onto the approaching horde. Electrified walls surrounded the fortress. Aura counted down. Defense system online. Opening fire in 3, 2, 1. The battlefield exploded. Missiles rained across the monster army. Explosions shook the ground. Hundreds of monsters were destroyed instantly. But thousands more kept coming. An enormous titan beast, nearly 10 meters tall, smashed through the outer barricade. Its roar echoed for miles. The survivors froze. Ethan walked forward alone. I've been waiting for you." The titan charged. Ethan leaped high into the air. His sword glowed with blue system energy. One devastating strike split the titan's crystal armor. The giant monster collapsed with a thunderous crash. Suddenly, the hoarding system activated. World event completed. First monster horde defeated. Rewards: Level 3 evolution. Legendary energy sword. Fortress shield generator. 20,000 system points. Golden light surrounded Ethan. His armor transformed into sleek black and blue battle armor. Energy flowed through every part of his body. The remaining monsters fled into the darkness. The battlefield fell silent. The survivors slowly stepped outside the bunker. For the first time since the apocalypse, they saw hope. Children cheered. Families embraced. The doctor smiled. We survived. That night, Aura detected an unknown transmission from space. A giant holographic symbol appeared above Earth. A cold alien voice echoed across the planet. "Congratulations, humans. You have survived the first trial. The real invasion begins in 30 days. Ethan looked up at the stars. So, the apocalypse was only the beginning. He gripped his new legendary energy sword. No matter who comes next, this world belongs to humanity. End of Chapter 7. Chapter 8. The Final Gate. Title: The Beginning of a New Era. 30 days passed after the first monster horde was defeated. Humanity slowly began rebuilding. Ethan's fortress had become the safest place on Earth. More than 5,000 survivors now lived inside the massive underground city. Children returned to school. Farmers harvested fresh crops. Doctors treated the sick. Engineers built advanced machines. For the first time since the apocalypse, people smiled again. Inside the command center, Aura suddenly interrupted the peaceful morning. Priority alert. Unknown object entering Earth's atmosphere. Every monitor turned toward the sky. A gigantic black spacecraft slowly descended through the clouds. It was larger than an entire city. The survivors watched in silence. The hoarding system appeared before Ethan. Final main mission activated. Protect humanity's last city. Defeat the alien commander. Failure: extinction of the human race. Reward: final evolution. World Guardian class. Creator's legacy. The alien mothership stopped directly above Ethan's fortress. A beam of blue light descended. From it emerged a towering warrior covered in black crystal armor. His glowing silver eyes stared at Ethan. He spoke in a calm voice. "Human, you defeated the monsters. Now prove you deserve this planet. The alien commander raised his hand. Thousands of portals opened across the sky. Elite alien soldiers poured onto Earth. The survivors panicked. Children screamed. Aura activated every defense system. Fortress shield 100%. Energy cannons online. Drone army deployed. Ethan slowly walked toward the battlefield. His legendary energy sword ignited with brilliant blue light. The hoarding system spoke one final time. Host Ethan Carter. Final evolution available. Accept? Without hesitation, Ethan pressed yes. Golden energy exploded around him. His armor transformed into radiant black and gold battle armor. Brilliant wings of energy appeared behind him. The ground cracked beneath his feet. The survivors stared in awe. The little girl he had rescued whispered, "He's become humanity's guardian." Ethan flew into the sky to face the alien commander. The commander smiled. "Excellent. This battle will decide the fate of Earth." As their swords collided, the sky split apart with a blinding flash. To be continued.